Hi, I'm Phil Berman from Balanced Catamarans, and we are in the beautiful Victoria and Alfred waterfront in Cape Town, South Africa. Looking over Dave and Courtney's shoulders, you see the backdrop of Table Mountain and the marina. And Dave and Courtney are from San Diego, and they have been over here now since early December, and we're now into first week of February of 2022. An interesting little anecdote is that they ordered the first Balance 442, and they live in San Diego, California, or Solana Beach, California. And Kevin and Sandra bought the first Balance 482, and it turned out that they learned that they're basically 3 blocks away or 10 minutes walk from each other in Solana Beach, which I think is quite interesting and show you what a small world it is. What I wanted to do here is just talk to them a little bit about the process of coming to South Africa. They've been here now a couple months, experiences that you've had. They've been traveling throughout South Africa, staying in Airbnbs, just kind of enjoying the country. And they were also getting ready to launch their boat in a couple of weeks, and to just talk about kind of their experiences. So I don't know, fire away. Tell us, well, what's it been like, to be here in South Africa the last couple months?
Go for it.
It's really been fun. We've enjoyed the geography of the place, the culture, the people, the uniqueness of the places we've been staying. It's been an amazing experience just in the last, it's been 2 months now since we've been here. And in general, we try not to stay in one place for more than 3, 4, 5 days. I think the longest place we stayed anywhere was about a week, because we like to keep kind of moving and meeting new people and trying out new restaurants and stuff. And I don't think there's been a single place that we've stayed that hasn't been unique or phenomenal in one way or the other. It's been a lot of fun. We've done the garden route, which is along the southern coast of South Africa. We've gone up to do the safari in the northeast, which is a once in a lifetime experience. Although we've done it twice now, once in the winter and once in the summer, and it's just unbelievable. We did a self-drive through Kruger Park for a few days. Been over to Zambia to see
Victoria Falls. And were the falls running strong when you were there?
They were. Actually, they had just started to pick up again. I guess the week before we were there, there wasn't even any mist rising from it, but the week we were there, it was starting to go off, and it's just phenomenal.
When my wife and I went a couple years ago, it was like raging, it was just insane. It was so beautiful, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful spot.
And Courtney, you've commented to me since we've been here together about the South African people and the vibe and the feel, and you told me that you feel that there's a level of friendliness here that you didn't anticipate.
I wouldn't say that not anticipate, but I would say that it's so enjoyable being around everybody, and everybody's been very open and bright and can-do people, and just no matter where we've gone, it's just been phenomenal. We really enjoy the country and the people that go with it. It's been absolutely fantastic.
So you've been here and you've been going back and forth between the shipyard watching your boat come together.
Yeah.
I went there today with our photographer Dale Staples, and I was wanting to walk through your boat and take some photographs and everything, but it was all taped up because they were painting the cockpit and all that. And
right.
What's that been like the process? I mean, many people that are ordering these boats haven't been here like you and don't really have a feel for what's going on the ground. And just tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, our experience may be a little bit unique since we're the first one, because they've been over the top accommodating. I mean, we'll go in there one day and see something, and they kind of, you don't even have to say it, they kind of see the look on your face and they say, okay, what's wrong? And you'll say, okay, this doesn't seem quite right. And they'll say, okay, we'll do something about that. Come back in a couple of days, and then they've mocked up something new, and it's all pretty spot on with what you wanted to do. And that's happened not just once or twice, it happens almost every time we go in there. And so they've been super accommodating at trying to make this boat and make sure that the clients, us, are happy with it at the end. And it's a philosophy that seems to be instilled throughout the whole organization, that the customer comes first, and whatever they want is real. Now I know at the same time you're trying to do production boats, and you're going to at some point limit the level of customization that's allowed. But what our experience has been just phenomenal. I couldn't imagine it happening with any other boat company. Certainly any of the big guys that are just trying to crank them out on a regular basis.
Yeah, for sure. And you've been working a lot on the sort of design side of your boat.
I mean,
She's the artistic one, yeah.
Yeah, just in general, though, if there's something technical about the boat, or we're going to put, a different system, or can we move this, or holding tanks, or this or that. When you ask about it, everybody has been, let's think about it. What makes sense? And come back and they're like, okay, yes, this makes sense. No, it does, or no, this doesn't make sense. Let's move on and go there. But it's always a very can-do, very positive, very, very friendly, just wonderful experience.
Probably most of the things that we've changed on the boat are probably now going to become standard on all boats.
Yeah,
right?
I think what we've learned when we do a new design is that in the first boat or two, you've got your drawings and you've got your plans and everything, but then when you're fabricating the boat, you think, we could move this an inch and that would improve here. And this cabinet door would be better if it opened here. And sort of little things, but the little things add up.
The fine tuning that makes or breaks sometimes.
Yeah, the fine tuning, and so we, kind of work on those things, and I find that after the first, 3-4 boats, all those little things. So it is likely that any good decision that you made on a change or an idea would be incorporated just as a standard. We saw this happen all throughout our production at Nexus in the St. Francis yard as well, and taking customer feedback, and it's the beauty of it. I mean, the boats aren't so tooled that we can't make some changes, and the interiors obviously are, as you know, are all custom made. I mean, you see all your cabinets upstairs all made and lined up, and I forget, what wood are you getting in your boat?
We're doing this Zebrano.
You're got in Zebrano, yeah.
I do have to say is our boat may be number one for the 442, but it's basically boat number 5, because you've got all the 482s that's gone up, and all the input that's gone in there. The time that we were able to spend on Golden Hour, and the feedback that came from Golden Hour and Zephyr, and then Chris's boat.
Kiala.
Kiala.
Yeah, it was a Kiala, yeah.
And seeing the whole team go, oh, okay, this is what we need to change. Oh, we're already on it. Got this done. That's changed. And they're just perfecting it and just making it better each iteration.
Yeah.
And it is so appreciated. And just that, again, the can-do attitude and quality and pride and craftsmanship that's going into these boats. I'm just very, very happy, so pleased, giddy about it all. It's just.
And we started with a pretty cool boat, but it gets iteratively better every time, right? So it's,
and that's really neat. I mean, in some ways, I tell people that one of the advantages of getting the earlier boats is that you actually you could put in more input and more. And we found this so in St. Francis when we were working on the boats, and as we were perfecting the Versa helm, and as we were altering the cockpit, like this, fundamentally the cockpit shape, or in that boat is what we learned on the 526, which we brought down into the boat. So speaking on another front, so a lot of people you're going to be outfitting your boat and taking off.
Yep.
So in a couple months you're going to be lollygagging your way back to North America. So what things did you decide that you needed to purchase and have brought to South Africa or bring to South Africa, and if you had to do it again now that you've been here and see what's around, what are your thoughts there?
Well, probably from a practical standpoint, the biggest one was it's a 110 boat primarily. So
your boat is
our boat is, yeah. And actually, I think there's a 220 option on it because our stove or cooktop is
our
220.
boat's a 220. The whole number 4, the 482. Yeah.
But all of that.
Yeah, they all are dual. Yeah.
All the outlets are 110 US plugs, and so all of our power tools and everything we brought with us from the US.
Yeah.
Obviously, the iPads and all of electronics. So anything electronic, if you want a U.S. boat, you pretty much need to bring with you because the plugs here are all either European or the
Unless
South.
you want to get little adapter plugs to.
Yeah, you
right.
can do that too. Yeah, and that's what we do obviously in the hotel rooms and stuff. Is,
Yeah.
So those plugs are there. So that was probably one of the biggest ones. They told us that you can't really get really nice sheets here, so we brought a bunch of flannel sheets with us.
You
But
can
from
get
what
nice
we've
sheets
seen,
here. It's
from what
just-
we've seen, you can get nice sheets
Oh
here.
yeah,
so
you can get nice sheets. I
yeah.
think generally they're a bit more expensive in my experience.
that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the time you add the bringing them over here,
Bringing them over
yeah.
and yeah.
So we came over in June when the boat was still just a shell, and brought 4 70-pound duffel bags full of stuff. And when we came over on this latest one-way trip in December, we bought 4 more. Right, so we've got all of that now. And if I had to do it again, I probably wouldn't have brought as much. So other than what we just talked about, I think most of what you need you can find here. Certainly food and provisioning, Tupperware type sealing boxes.
Yeah.
There's a place called, was it Moby's or Mambo's or something like that? It's just full of, is it Mambo's? Yeah. It's just full of every type of plastic and glass type of container you could ever even imagine.
Right.
And perfect place to go.
I mean, you can get kitchen, any kind of gourmet cooking stuff. You
Yeah.
can get plates and pots and pans. And
Yep.
as you say, you can get sheets and stuff. And you know, we know yesterday we went out together, or was it the day before, where we
Yeah.
were tooling around looking at art. And I'm crazy every time I come down here because I always like to decor the boats with stuff, and I try to do it with indigenous things when I can.
Yep.
And you know, so I brought down a lot of those baskets that you saw me buy yesterday, and bowls and things like that. And
Right.
I think there's a lot of creativity here and craftsmanship and art actually in South Africa.
I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely.
Very much.
Yeah.
From paintings to sculptures and little wood carvings. I mean,
Yeah.
you can decorate a boat really easily here. Even just at the B&A waterfront, right? There's the craft shops right here.
V&A waterfront, yeah. Well, and of course, over the little bridge in the V&A,
Yeah.
where you have the Museum of Modern Art, you also have what's called the Southern Guild.
Mhm.
Southern Guild is one of the finest art. It's art galleries in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the best craftsmen are on display there. Of course, it's expensive because it's really high-end stuff, but
Yeah.
it's a wonderful place to visit and see things. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great mixture actually of the high-end stuff and then some of the little craft type things you can get too.
Yeah.
We found that the wine country have a lot of nice galleries as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
The Franschhoek and
Franschhoek,
Stellenbosch
yeah.
area,
Yeah.
beautiful mountain areas to start with. But yeah, there's a lot of art galleries up there too.
Yeah, yeah. Franschhoek's beautiful too, isn't it? Just yeah. So anticipate your boat going in the water here in a couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be right around the corner from where we're sitting,
right,
right?
yeah,
It's
right
just
up there.
it's right here.
The backyard over here.
You'll be at the base of the one and only hotel.
That's right.
So you'll be the one and only green 482 in the world, if not the only 442 in the
442,
world
yeah.
at this point. And the plan then is to let the guys kind of get it commissioned or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to go off on a little adventure and then come back and then prepare
For
your boat.
crossing.
Yeah, our plan is to probably leave about 2 weeks after that. We take the keys, take official
Take the
turnover of it.
keys,
We want to
right,
go do
yeah.
a couple of shakedown cruises, of course,
Yeah.
to see what
Yeah.
make sure that we learn the boat, and then if anything does go wrong, the team's here that can
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yeah.
But then we're pretty quickly gonna head out and go across the pond here to.
And are the two of you going to sail together? Will you bring another crew or what?
We're bringing in crew. Actually, the same guy that sailed us with Golden Hour down from Annapolis to Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
He and his wife are both coming over.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
And
And you,
so-
because you know you get on with them. And,
Yeah, we got along really well on that passage, and
Yeah, yeah.
we're really looking forward to
And
having
he's
him
quite
here.
a sailor. He has
He's
great
He's got a
experience,
great
yeah.
background and an
Yeah.
educational
So does she.
background too, right? So,
Right.
He's a full captain also.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, well, that's nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. So,
Are you anticipating stopping anywhere along the way, or?
we'll stop in St. Helena and possibly
on
Ascension.
COVID.
Depending on COVID
Yeah.
protocols,
Testing.
yeah.
I believe they only test on Thursdays.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those must stops if you can. And actually, but Richard and Jessica have been there before, and they said they'd love to go back there and spend a few days again.
Okay.
So hopefully we can stop there.
Every time I'm here, I'm happy,
Yes.
and to spend. I think the cool time to be here is really now. After they have their holidays, so you've been here through holidays, so it
Right.
must have
Yeah.
been a lot more crowded then, or a little bit
I think
more.
it's
It's a little bit
tempered
more
with
expensive.
because of COVID.
COVID,
Yeah.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, yeah, yeah. So I agree. Coming down here, and in fact, my wife and I have all these specific expeditions that we want to do over the next 5 years. So now I want to go to the Namibian desert. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
you
on my
know.
list. I wanted to really go up and sail and go around the Skeleton Coast, but I don't know with her time frame now whether that's going to work.
Right, right.
But I have to say that when we came in June, which is their winter, and being in the country and traveling up and down the coast and going out to on safari and having it during their winter and then coming back and going for their summer, it is wonderful seeing the contrast, whether it's in the bush or on the coast. Watching the swell coming in and crashing all over the place during the winter was amazing.
Yeah.
And winter's actually a
I
better.
don't think there's a bad time of year to come to South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
just
either,
think
yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
when your boat is ready, it's a fantastic time,
Yeah, I think that's true. And a lot of people ask, well, when can I sail? When's the best time to leave South Africa? And I think if you're going to be going north from here to Europe or the Caribbean, you can come any time of year. You just
Yeah.
have to make sure you don't leave on the wrong weather window out of Cape
Right.
Town.
Right.
Because it isn't very far once you get north of Cape Town, 200-300 miles, the weather starts getting warm regardless of time of year, and the
Right.
winds start to move on your beam. Well, it's awesome, you guys. It's so cool to
Thank
have you in
you.
the family. I've really enjoyed spending time with you the last couple of days. And so, what do we all say?
Stay in balance.
Stay in balance.